Most people jump into business because they want to be self-employed, be their own boss, or chase some fluffy idea of freedom. But they're not focused on building a sustainable, profitable business. What usually happens next is they rely on passion, unfiltered advice from friends, family, and whatever else social media happens to be saying that week. And what's the result? A business that drains them financially, emotionally, or it shuts them down entirely. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 major steps to starting a service business from scratch, where your expertise is the product and long-term success is the goal. And when I say long-term success, I mean building a business that can eventually sustain 100% of your livelihood. Let's get into it. So step number 1, start with a real problem. And here's the first rule of business. Businesses solve problems, not passions. You need to be able to identify the specific problem as it pertains to a specific group of people. If people are not already spending money to solve that problem, please move with caution. My wife and I once invested in a tea business. The vision was beautiful. We wanted to create a European-style cafe experience in a small town. The passion was there, execution flawless, but the market simply did not care about tea. The problem we were solving was not a problem the market was willing to pay for. So before you fall in love with an idea, ask yourself, does this solution solve a problem that the market is willing to pay for? Step number 2, understand the business operation. Here's the hard truth. Most people don't like to hear. If you don't understand the operating environment, the business will fail no matter how good your idea is. The US Chamber of Commerce and the SBA constantly identify one of the top reasons that a business fails, and that is poor management. That includes cash flow, people, systems, resource allocation. If you don't understand the funding requirements, the systems, and the day-to-day management of the operation, you will misallocate and mismanage resources. Marshall Goldsmith talks about this in Why Small Businesses Fail. He tells the story of a woman who loved making pies but struggled with the business of selling pies. This isn't just about talent, it's about knowing how to source a customer, present them with an offer, close the deal, deliver on the promise, bill the client, collect the payment, and repeat the process. If you don't understand the legal, operational, and strategic infrastructure that supports the entire ecosystem, ownership will punish you. Now, in that case, it's often better to be a senior manager at someone else's business than trying to go for one yourself. And step 3 is validate before you build. Validation doesn't come from opinions. It comes from commitment. There are 3 real ways that you're going to be able to validate your business. First, find a partner. A good partner reduces risk, they lower costs, increases institutional knowledge, and they bring perspective that you don't have. Law firms, accounting firms, real estate firms, private equity, they all use this model. Second, become an apprentice. This simply means working for someone you want to emulate. Yeah, you get paid to learn how the business actually works in real time. This is one of the cleanest playbooks there is. Third, close the deal. If strangers are willing to pay for your service, especially repeatedly, validation is settled. You see, when I started in consulting, my first contract was a $180,000 contract. I didn't even have an LLC then. I partnered with an existing firm, offered to solve a specific problem. My pricing was about 40% of a discount to what it would normally cost my potential customer. I understood the problem, I understood the cost of solving it, and presented a clear plan. Then I made the decision easy with my price. That's validation. Contract close. Step number 4, choose the right entity type. Your entity choice should reflect what you're building and where you're going. Few high-level guidelines: sole proprietorship, great for freelancers and for extended testing phases of your business. LLC, ideal for liability protection and potential S Corp benefits. Corporation, best if your long-term vision includes scaling significantly or going public. And don't underestimate your ideas, please. Every corporation that sells stock today started as someone's idea. If you want a deeper breakdown, please watch my dedicated video on choosing the right entity. All right, well, let's move on to step number 5. Step number 5 is building the operating system. You have chosen the entity. Now it's time to build the operation so it can scale. Start with the fundamentals. Get a bank account for the business, separate business and personal. Establish master agreements, contractor, employee, customer, and compliance documents. Now, set up systems and processes for your entire business cycle, from sourcing to closing deals to delivery to billing and collections. At a minimum, you should speak with 3 subject matter experts: an attorney, a CPA, and IT or systems experts. These don't need to be full-time employees. Fractional relationships can save you thousands of dollars if you ask the right questions before you build the wrong company. If you need help starting your business, please reach out to me. I'll help you do it the smart way. Even if you feel like you did it all wrong already, in business, there's always a solution to every problem if you talk to the right people. Let's recap. Problem: operations, validation, structure, and systems. Business is not about having everything figured out. It's about taking the next right step with clarity and discipline. If you're starting or restarting a business, save this video. You can also follow this channel so we can grow this community together. I'll see you at the top.